Hey y'all, I'm Scrub, and welcome back to Going Medieval. Last time, we built a new portcullis gates, and we tested them promptly, and as you can tell, it went extremely well. The only real casualty we had was Grecia, and it looks like they're coming to repair right now, so hopefully we will be pretty good with her by morning. How bad did you actually get damaged? Pierce Cheek isn't the worst. She should be up and running, I think, pretty soon, maybe even by morning. We'll have to keep an eye out. Today we're going to start off with mostly repair efforts to, one, get new traps in, get the doors repaired, and also get all this stuff inside so we can figure out what to do with it. And I think we do have a plan for what we want to do once we get everyone up and running and get everything brought in, but I feel like tomorrow's going to be a pretty busy day, so we may not be able to get too much done. Other than that, the fields are looking pretty solid. We'll have to figure out where we want these. It is getting to the end of the season, so if we're good on seed count, which we look pretty okay. The lowest thing we have right now is herb seeds, which are in nature, so I'm not worried about that in the slightest. I do see that little bit of barley back there. Our raw barley and our red currant are also looking okay, so we should be fine to just grab stuff out of the ground, and then we'll probably stop sowing pretty soon. Okay, good news. It looks like we already enacted that plan. It's been a hot minute since I could record this, so we are getting back to paces with it. Okay, so yeah, Grecia is going to rest to start off the day at the very least. No problem there. And we did move the body stockpile over here because I think I want to do some clay mining in this area. Yeah, right over here. Okay. I don't think we have to move this, but I am also going to move the dumping stockpile ever so slightly over. All right, there we go. We should be a-okay now. Everyone should be moving stuff around. And it looks like we're doing all right on clay. We are low on dirt and limestone, as well as sticks. Okay, it looks like we need to open up the gates after they're repaired. No problem. And even more good news, it looks like they actually prioritized the bodies this time, so those should all be taken care of. And we are already out of stockpile room for this stuff, huh? Yes, we are. In which case, go ahead and throw those under here by the keep for now. Gotta copy that, not expand it. We'll get all that inside, and then hopefully after that's done, we can start decrafting it fairly quickly. Okay, it looks like we had a few far-reaching jobs from last time, so I'm gonna probably go ahead and get rid of a couple of those just to make sure that we have everything taken care of close to home to start off. Okay, there we go. Portcullis is fixed, and we have one more gate down, and then we will be a-okay. Okay, there we go. Last gate is up and running. Grecia is still resting. Down to minor, so she might be up and about before the day's out, so that'll be good. Probably the quickest recovery we've had from a siege, except for all the stuff that needs to get picked up. We take those. Does seem like that for the first time. We're really facing a stick crisis, which is a bit odd, but it's where we're at. Go ahead and clear those building orders for now until we get that sorted out. We need to make sure that everyone else is brought in, and it looks like we did have some cattle. I'm gonna do a quick nature check just to see if there's anything that we need to go grab. All right, everything domestic is either getting trained or is working. We have a couple carcasses to go check, and anything that's left in the wildlife is stuff that I don't care to train, so we should be good there. And we did build that pavilion for these. We'll come up with a longer term solution for weapon storage and access. For now, I think that'll be okay. And by lunch, Grecia is back up and at it. Excellent. And I think, yeah, Lotta's spears just died. Oh, you did hit rank 10 though, so we should actually get you a longbow instead. Okay, Adonia's at 8, so she's getting close. You are equipping... Godser's at 9. We do want him crafting wood, I think. Hold on, who's our best wood crafter? Oh, follow-up. Right at the same time as I did that. Oh, friendly merchant. Lone traveler's a bit unfortunate, but... we'll see if you have anything interesting by chance. But what I was actually thinking, I'm actually going to have Godser do a little bit of training as a priority. Because if we can get him knocked over to level 10, that would be very good for our having more longbows on the line. And Marjorie's at 15, which is why she has the heavy. No problem there. Okay, it doesn't look like we have any spare crossbows on the stockpile, so I think we're stuck with what we have. Good job, Godser. Proud of you. And there's one of our last longbows, so we'll definitely need to go ahead and make more of those. To what I was wondering earlier, I think it's actually Grecia who's our best carpenter right now, right? Yeah, well, actually, just to make sure that you grind that up to get the crossbows, you're going to be the only one working on carpentry. So Godser's gonna have a lot more free time for a little bit, but I think it'll be better for the long term. And we still have way too much to get on the stockpile, it looks like. You're hanging out by the corpse yard. Dope. Huh. Okay. Adonia, you have 26 speechcraft. You're doing fantastic. Go speak with the lady at the corpse yard, see if she has anything we want to buy. Yeah, I'm actually gonna go ahead and copy another stockpile over here right next to the smithing area, so hopefully they can just come over here and grab it and then throw it immediately back inside until we get everything sorted out. Okay, you know what? I did change my mind. As much as I do want Grisha to get up to crossbows, I think there's going to be simply too much work for her to do, so I am going to put Godsir back on carpentry, at least until we get the entire map sorted out. Okay, you at least have gold coins, so that's a start. You do have apple saplings. We're okay now, but that would have been nice earlier. Okay, so we don't need much. I'm actually going to offload some goats and some hay to get some relations with these guys, and we're just going to pick up a bunch of extra random junk just because. I am going to urgent haul all this far stuff just to make sure it gets inside, and also I think we do have to haul the clothing inside manually because it's upstairs, so we'll go ahead and mark those. I really do need this stuff out of the corridor for my plan, so I'm going to go ahead and urgent haul that as well. In fact, we're actually going to prioritize that. Ignore all the other stuff I just had you do. Sorry, guys. All right, and it looks like Aldolf's actually getting pretty comfortable in the library, so I think we finally found a place for him to belong. Good for him. We should also probably try to build a better pen for the animals at some point. Okay, good news. We've been back a few minutes, and I already have a bunch of projects I want to do. Fantastic. Also, shout out to the gold falchion some guy brought in for the raid. Absolute mad lad. There we go. All the main stuff has been taken out of the actual corridor for our defenses, and now we'll go back to marking all the clothes. Oh, hey, new apple tree. Oh, hey, there's another one, too. Excellent. Okay, and we still have plenty of room on the clothing stockpile, so that should be okay for once we're done with this. And I think we're actually gonna need to extend this another row. We have so much extra equipment to work through now. Okay, we already have plenty of smiths. You go to a backup on that, and you go to a number 2. Yeah, the thing we're really lacking in is carpentry. We'll keep it between these two just to keep that going. And honestly, you go ahead and bump up to number 1 just to maybe get Grisha a little bit more free time to do carpentry, because you're also really good at construction already. I think you're, yeah, 43, almost at 50. You are also a damn good researcher, but we also need to leave some room for Aldolf to start doing that a little bit more. In fact, go ahead and bump you up to a 2 as well. And then, yeah, you at 3 on far backup is okay. What we're gonna do is a little bit odd, but bear with me for a moment. We are going to destroy this entire corridor of defenses. Trust me, it does make sense. Okay, and it looks like after all of that work, we have finally picked up just about everything. Excellent. And just to confirm that I didn't miss anything, I'm actually just gonna do a huge allow over this entire area. So we should be definitely fine in case I missed anything. And Grisha smithing up to 30 is great. We really need to get that carpentry up, though. Oh yeah, follow up. What do we have on the tailor bench? Definitely don't need that many. I think... Oh, no, that's the excess. Whoops, never mind. That's fine. How many people do we have? 9. All right, there we go. That should keep us taken care of for a while. Oh, we can raise the quality on these. Interesting. Okay, hold on. Good quality weapons on these weapon racks, because we don't want anything weak. It doesn't matter what health it's at, because stuff will be broken. It's fine. That's why we have the awning up there to hopefully help prevent some of that until we can get a better solution. Okay, so now only good quality weapons are going to be allowed up here near the top, so hopefully that means, and we'll actually go ahead and mark it for these ones too, since it's relatively quick access. So hopefully anything that we would want to decraft doesn't end up on these now. I think there's some old stuff on there, so that might need to get moved, but for the most part, that should help us out a little bit. Now that the old corridor is clear, what we're gonna do is more portcullis. Yay! Okay, there is a slight problem with the new gate layout as far as my plan goes. So we're actually gonna extend this, I think, 1 more, and we're gonna put up, or re-put up the old portcullis. So we'll have 4 in total. I just really hope that nobody decides to attack while we're working on this. And I think just to be safe, we're going to do a little bit of chopping right outside the gate, just to make sure that we have the sticks and logs for it nearby. Okay, there we go. We have 4 more days until winter, so I think we will do 1 more set of harvesting all around, and then if we got to pull it out a little bit early, so be it. But I think that should be pretty okay. And we do get a little bit of mechanical components back, so that's nice, but mechanical components should not be a problem for the foreseeable future, since we have so much iron to decraft, and we do have that little field out over here-ish somewhere. Here we go. Yeah, we need to turn this into a proper mine. That might be something we do over the winter. We'll see how much we have to keep us busy. All right, here we go. The new quad defense portcullis power gate. We'll see if it works out for us. One, hopefully we have enough material because we did a lot of deconstruction, reconstruction, so we should be okay, just to be sure. How much? Mechanical components won't be the problem. It's going to be the wood and the sticks and all that we need to regather and put on the stockpile. And I am thinking long term, once we get everything actually set up, I might start trying to replace some of these interior traps with some of the higher quality ones. Depends on how much time we have after this. Because I did also want to get some chambers built for everybody so we can turn this into a great hall. I don't know if we're gonna have time to do that today, but that might be something we do in the next couple parts. We have a lot of stuff we need to get through on the mining first, though. Or the smelting, rather. And I have not even looked at the cellar. We probably need to expand that again. Oh, yeah, filled to the brim. In which case, we'll go ahead and at least get the next line dug out. And that is where we need to put up a beam anyway, so it's probably a good time to take care of it. All right, Adonia has been working on this all night. Will she get it done before she goes to sleep? Okay, it's midnight. Good job. I wasn't sure you were going to actually do it. I thought she was going to stop at 99, if I'm being completely honest. And yes, we have put the gate even further out from where I still claim I want to defend it. I do think I have a plan in mind for that. It's gonna change the shape of the castle a little bit, but I think it'll be cool long term. And I have started another game, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, actually. I'm having a lot of fun with that. And one thing I'm hoping to get out of that is they have a lot of interesting castle designs, so I might be able to pick up something from there and put it in here. We'll see. Okay, and Aldolf is digging out that little bit for the cellar real quick. Once he's done with that, we'll go ahead and throw some material in there. Okay, there we go. Adonia is on the second portcullis now, while the rest of the framework gets built up. Excellent. All right, and in just a second, the third portcullis will be complete. We'll need to reopen it while these guys are stuck outside. And research. What do we even want to go for next? Infirmary could be interesting. I think we can make that now. I think we got healing recently, if I'm not mistaken. No, we're working towards it. We just need the theses, right? Speaking of, did we already hit cap on these, or are we just too busy? Okay, yeah, it just looks like we're a little bit busy. Fair enough. I'd rather get these defenses up as a priority before we go back to research. Okay, here we go. Framework up for the final gate. We've got most of the traps down. We've got as many as I can physically fit in here, which I think is an okay spread. It's not the best, but it'll do. Can I actually sneak some extra... Oh, yeah, you can sneak some traps in here on the side, so we should actually go ahead and throw a couple more of those in, just to be safe. Okay, there we go. Just did a little bit more checking. I was able to squeeze a couple traps in, while there should still be enough space to get around to everything we need to. And just because we have so much stuff coming in, I'm going to make sure we're at least decrafting up to sturdy on all equipment. We should be able to actually start having some better quality stuff around. Okay, slight problem. We're actually low on iron, it looks like. Are we... Okay, we are smelting some, so we should be fine. Gives us a good time to get caught up on the actual framework of the thing first, as well as get the rest of these traps down. And since we now have some spare time, we'll go ahead and get the rest of these put in very quickly. Okay, just 4 more iron ingots to be delivered, and then we will be a-okay on the portcullis. Excellent. And there's some sitting right there. I'm actually going to mark that for urgent haul, just so somebody grabs it right away. Okay, it's staying decently warm indoors. We probably want to switch over to high heat soonish, especially because it's been pretty... You know what? It's actually been pretty crappy lately. Let's go ahead and give these guys a little bit of a reward. Let's give them a little bit of extra heat early on. There we go. High intensity for every brazier. Good times all around. Okay, and we do have that stuff on the stockpile, so now we're just waiting for Adonia to come over and put the portcullis together. Looks like we're short on sticks, though, which is a little unfortunate. There's a lot of dead stuff over here. Actually, just go on a field day over here. Just get all the wood in the world, and we'll go ahead and eliminate some of these little trees that are still growing. There we go. That should get us plenty of wooden sticks to take care of us. Okay, and there's Roderick down there building up all the food stockpiles, so we should be good after this for hopefully a little bit. And Mehenilda just lost some javelins, but she's auto-equipping. Fantastic. All right, and there is the last one. I'll have Margeria go open it real quick so everyone can get back inside. And huzzah. 4 brand new portcullises in a slightly interesting fashion. The idea here is that they keep bouncing side to side so that, in theory, there should always be a shot for somebody, whether they're on either side of the thing. We'll see how it actually works in practice. Oh, look at that mass deforestation, baby. You'll love to see it. That should hopefully get us enough stick traps to get the front of this refinished. That should be a little bit okay to start off. Okay, and even better news, it does look like that they actually got these sorted out so that it's all good quality stuff. Fantastic. Actually, just to be safe, I'm gonna mark these front ones as weapon only. I'll leave the back 2 as allowed to have shields. And I think that'll be all right. Yeah, our wooden sticks are definitely getting destroyed today, but once all the stuff gets brought inside, we should be in an okay position. I might still need to chop down some stuff for sticks, but other than that, I think we'll be okay. Yeah, as well, this might be the first time I've actually had a sticks shortage ever playing this game. Okay, here we go. Donia is trying to get as much of this up as she can, but yeah, these are each like 35 sticks a piece, so it's basically one tree, so these are a lot more expensive than you would think they are. Well, you set up another round of chopping over here just to be safe. And Mehenilda's up to 26 smithing. Oh, hey, Grisha's working on her carpentry. Yay. Oh, you're making javelins. That's also good. With us decrafting up to sturdy weapons across the board, I think that'll help us out. And hopefully getting that ground up a little bit faster. And we did almost fill up the clothing stockpile, so we'll expand that a little bit more. Wow, a lot of this is... Okay, some of it's sturdy, so I think that's another one we just need time to, but we might also need to bump up our clothing another level soon. Because we have been getting decent drops off enemies, if we're being completely honest. I think after this one, it's safe to probably stop sewing, because otherwise I am going to forget. So yeah, we'll do the final round of harvests starting now. There we go. Okay, so now all the fields are set to don't sow, so they should have probably one more decent harvest, and then we'll be free from the fields, which will give us a lot more free time to get stuff done. And speaking of, here comes Godseer starting to chop everything in sight. Ooh, hello. This is interesting. Church of the Third Coming. Whether it was the Third Coming seeking a poor sinner to make an example of, or some other zealots, was unclear. Sabina raved about religion, torture, escape, but the details were confused. Would you give them refuge? Danger might ensue. Let's see, what are you good at? Barter, art, and smithing. Dope. Wow, actually a level 30 smith right away. For what's worth, you're actually decent in melee. You can't shoot for shit, which is kind of a problem. You're a 55-year-old blacksmith. Really nothing we need here, but we're also not going to turn away somebody that needs help. And speaking of, how messed up are you? Minor laceration is not the worst, and we should have a spare bed, so that should be fine. And we'll keep you on the anything schedule to start off so that you chill. Okay, you know what, Roderick? Just get completely off smithing. You don't need to do this. We have so many people for it. You're actually tied with Grisha at 30. I think what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to drop you down to 2 smithing so that you prioritize carpentry for a bit. That way we should be able to get that to 20, and then everyone will have crossbows, and then it'll all be gravy from there. Also, somebody we could have used as a cook can't do it at all. Excellent. Yeah, you're a bit of an odd one. Well, you're a lot of backups for smart things. And we will go ahead and bump you up to that. You can go ahead and get off artistry. Okay. Yeah, a little bit of a weird one. We'll keep an eye on you, see if we need to have you do something else possibly. And we have a little over a day till the search party gets here, so we do have time to get stuff figured out. And I'm gonna set her up on the... Oh, not Summer Boy, Snow Bunny, please. We'll get you set up on armor, and then I'll give her specifically a javelin and a shield since she's melee-oriented. And she should be up in time for the battle with plenty to spare, especially once she gets some actual treatment. Yeah, it's already at 24 hours, so she should be perfectly fine. And how about on the morning of the 11th day of autumn, we call it apart for this one. Some pretty solid progress. Not the most interesting, but we did get our defenses pretty damn sauced, and we are still working on that. We should have time to get at least this done before the raiders show up, so that shouldn't be a problem. In fact, yeah, our wood's stable with how much we've been building, and we have a bunch of it laying out here, so our main problem right now is, of all things, sticks. So next time we will get set up for that. It looks like Sabine's already been tended to, or Sabina rather. So hopefully, yeah, 10 hours. So she'll be up and about by the end of today. We'll figure out how you work into it. We might try and get some crossbows cranked out before the siege. I don't know if Grisha's going to level up her carpentry in time for that. But we do have other people working the smith, so we should have some pretty consistent metal coming in, especially with all this stuff, and we're going to be getting even more soon. So hopefully y'all are looking forward to that. Until then, thanks for stopping by. See you later.